Okay, so I am filming a video today, ha ha ha, and I didn't really know what I was going to film this video about. Let's try to get some light in this. And I was sitting here talking to my husband, who is right here. Say hello, that's the back of his head. He's sighing because he doesn't want to be in my video. I had originally asked him to be in my video, and he said no, but one day I'm going to get him to do it. So he didn't want to talk with me about this. You don't have to be in the video, babe. You can just talk off screen and we can hear your voice. Would you be willing to do that? He's shaking his head no. Okay. Anyways, Kevin's a very private person, and I'm not. If you guys didn't already know that. So, excuse me. Today's video is about something that actually me and Kevin were just talking about. It was an article that he had seen online, and I had also seen it online. I follow a Facebook page called Beauty Redefined, and they posted a link to a side-by-side comparison. Mindy Kaling is on the cover of Elle magazine, and I guess it's a series of covers highlighting women in Hollywood, who knows. Anyways, and so her other counterparts, I know one of them was Zooey Deschanel. Not really sure who the other two women were, but they were all thin white women, and Mindy Kaling is of Indian descent, Indian as in not Native American, but Indian from India, and she is a curvier person, and obviously a person of color because she's Indian. And so for the series of covers, the white thin women, their covers were full body shots of them in color. And Mindy Kaling's photo was black and white, and it was just of her face. It wasn't a full body photo. And she looked very beautiful on the picture. But I guess what the hullabaloo about it is that, why did they take the larger person of color and only give her a black and white photo of only her face? While the other women had full color photos and were also full body photos. And it did kind of, if it was a series of photos, and the other three photos are kind of similar in the way they look, and then this one is kind of like an anomaly. And so you wouldn't even be able to tell that this was a series of covers if it wasn't for the fact that you just knew that, because Mindy's is so different from the other women. And so a lot of people are saying, that they're trying to marginalize her, and, it was done intentionally, blah, 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 blah. So a lot of people are chiming in about it. So Kevin was sitting here, and he was asking me if I saw it, and I said, yeah, and so he asked me my thoughts on it, and what I thought about it, and, honestly, he said, well, do I think that the magazine did that maliciously? And, I don't really know that. I think that we don't really know how much say Mindy had in her cover. For all we know, that could have been the way she wanted it, because she's not just an average model. Models, they just kind of show up and this is the kind of shoot that we're doing or whatever. These are celebrities, and so I would imagine that they have a little bit more say into how they are represented on covers and photo shoots, etc., etc. So it's very possible that she picked that type of shoot because that's what she wanted. We don't know that, and so until we know that, we can't really say whether or not they did it intentionally. But even if they did, I think what we are ignoring is the larger issue that when are we going to stop asking the media to validate us and stop receiving the messages that the media gives to us. Whether or not they did that intentionally or not intentionally, I have made a conscious effort within myself to just stop receiving the message that the media sends to me about how I look and how I should look and how they feel I should look and how I should feel about how I look. I just don't receive that message from them anymore. I get that message from myself. And so, why we keep looking to these media outlets, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't have responsible media representation and things of that nature, but, I just don't understand why people get upset. That thing in Natural Born Killers when that lady helped the snake and the snake bit her, and then she was like, why did you bite me? I saved your life. And he's like, bitch, I was a snake. you know, what do you think snakes do? That's kind of the way I feel about it. It's like, why are we expecting the media, which is just totally distorted, you know, to validate us and to give us the okay to be who we are? You know, at some point, you just got to have that come from yourself. And I've kind of reached that point where I'm like, I'm just going to let that come from me. I'm not going to get that from the media. I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to receive whatever message it is they're trying to send by making her photo that way and making the other people's photo a different way. You know, I'm not going to receive that message from them. I'm going to receive the message about how I feel about myself from myself, because my opinion of myself is really the only one that matters, especially when it comes to my appearance. So, you know, I'm not saying that it's not something to discuss or not something to talk about or whatever, but I think it's just not the point. The point is, when are we going to stand up and say, you are no longer going to tell me that I'm okay. I'm going to tell me that I'm okay. And I'm not going to ask anyone else to do that for me. And so that really, to me, needs to be the ultimate goal. It's not getting the media to okay everybody, because honestly, there's just so many different types of people in the world that the world just cannot be, everyone cannot be represented. I mean, because, okay, well, then everybody, you know, say somebody got lazy eye. Well, how come they don't have lazy eyed people on covers? I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? There's just all these different types of people in the world. And so, you know, the larger issue is not trying to get the media to okay all of these people. The larger issue is getting everyone to okay themselves. And then the media, and you take the power from the media, and so you're not waiting for them to give you the stamp of approval. Here's someone that looks at you, looks like you, you're okay. If they never put anyone on a cover that looks like you, you say to yourself, I'm okay because I say that I'm okay. And so that to me is really the larger issue. I think, you know, we're focusing on all these tiny, you know, little things, and it's like the bigger issue is, you know, when are we just going to stop clamoring for media outlets and you know, the news and Hollywood, you know, to validate us? You know, when are we going to start saying, you know what, I'm just going to validate myself? So that's how I feel about that particular issue. Kevin, would you like to give me your thoughts on how you feel about it? You know, I'd love to get a man's perspective, babe. Can we get a man's perspective, please? Can I at least get a smile?
Now you cannot post that video.
Why? Okay. All right. So Kevin does not want to be on YouTube. Okay, well, anyways, that's my video for today. And I thank you so much for being here with me. And I'd love to hear your thoughts about it, because I think it's an interesting topic. All right, anyways, deuces, peace, bye.